Kind of like it. Well, again, welcome to Raiders Streaming Field. Appreciate you joining us.
My pleasure here.
Taking naming rights today.
Hey, why not? Nobody else has yet. So we're going to run over there with a big Sharpie later and make sure we put our signatures in there. Looking forward to it, Ken. The nightcap here, the doubleheader. Convincing winning game this morning by the Hudson team, 20-1. And looking forward to the matchup today, this afternoon, with DC Everett. Everett.
DC Everett. That's right. The morning game, if you missed it, that was Wausau.
Yeah.
That made their way down here, and I was asking pregame, what was this DC Everest at there? Just right outside of Wausau. Yeah. And you brought up some fun memories. That's where we had played some really fun games, and I think that's where we won that one against
Kevin Marine in the semifinals to make the finals. 3 seasons ago now.
Yeah.
That was quite the game. If you caught the game this morning, the senior memories, a lot of them had that game as the fun. Yeah. And that was a crazy game. And even that year, it was the two best games, was voted the two best games of the year. Was that game and then the first time the two played. Because remember, we were jammed in the box at Kevin Marine in that rain.
I didn't see squatting that day. It was terrible.
Tied it up late in the game.
Number 5, Sam Bugler.
And
Number 6,
Kevin Marine came out the better side of that one. But that one at Kevin Marine was a big one.
Number 14, Graham Anderson.
That was, you know what, I know all the seniors that was probably my highlight of all the games we've ever called.
Number 20,
That was one of my favorites. I mean, that was the way that one ended. Just a hard-fought game. Just a little bit of comeback there. There was just everything.
Down by a couple, they took Will McDonald out of the game in the first quarter, and the other players stepped up. Seniors stepped up in that game and really had the game winner from Logan Schuett to Seth Heath cutting down the middle. With we were worried about running out of time, but they scored, and then we're like, oh, they got to play defense now for about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And ended up doing well. So here in the face-off, you have Kruger winning that one pretty easily. Pitches it back to himself here. Looks to get it in the box. Nice having the sun over our shoulder here, Ken. So Mother Nature being nice to us today and this afternoon, where last weekend she was trying to kill us with a foot of snow and a 40-mile-an-hour 20.
Oh, my goodness. Big hole right out of the gate there. I think Will McDonald on the far side wants to replay here.
40-mile-an-hour.
Oh, my goodness. Big hole right out of the gate there. I think Will McDonald on the far side wants to replay here.
Right hash mark there, about 15 yards out. Hudson goes up 1-0 here. And on replay.
Will, an absolute sniper. I mean, he is just deadly from all sorts of spots.
And when he gets a chance to wind up like that, it's that ball's moving up towards 80, 90 miles an hour. And
right.
Most great goalies are going to have some trouble with that, especially that close. Got Lautenbach with the win on the face-off here. Being in the zone, passes it off to Bugler.
Real clean right out of the gate here. Just 2 face-off wins, and I think Hudson's going to be in the driver's seat. A lot of areas within this game.
Yeah, I agree with that. The Cressmati moving the ball around. This is a good strategy. Coach Rich here, just keep moving the ball. Nice face dodges there from Caples. Davis Miller looking. I like the way he plays with his head up. He's always looking to see who's open. No, I guess you could say it was an uncontested shot. Rocket to the upper right hand corner. I guess you could say it was an uncontested.
He can just pick a corner. He ain't just unreal player.
Nice pass to the middle there. Someone wide open from behind from I think Cressmati. Number Cressmati's 2, but that came from Davis Miller. So that was a nice goal there. Second goal for McDonald. McDonald had 5 goals in the game this morning. He had 5. Cressmati had 3. And Davis Miller had 2 hat tricks in the game this morning, so he had 6 goals. Nice win there or maybe not. Hudson's going to maintain possession. Looks like DC Everett moved early on there. That one flew high a little bit on Kruger. Spencer Kruger taking that one by himself, but it floated a little high over the net. Davis Miller moving it out to Cresmati, back to Miller. They did a little two-man game there. Davis Miller comes up there, not there, moves it up to Clyde John, who had a nice goal this morning as well. Younger player, freshman on the team, so heavy laden team here by Hudson senior-wise, but they do have some youngins coming up. Jane Young, Oliver Rivera had a sweet goal this morning. Will with another shot. And score. Hit the other corner. I think Will is a hat trick in less than 2 minutes into the game. And top right, bottom left corner so far. Will is left is the top left. So
Come on, Will.
Ken, you can only score one at a time. So.
Darn it. So the Blank family made it out here. We're rooting on Will McDonald, a big fan, kind of a fan club of his, if you will.
That's good. I just hope DC Everett, these guys, part of the Bay Valley West Conference, which is Hudson's part of, as well as Wausau when they played this morning. And we also had Lacrosse up here that also played DC Everett and Wausau through the course of the day. Appreciate them making the trip up here for conference play.
Yeah, absolutely. All these teams, I think, that's the thing. There's just a lot of travel involved with just lacrosse in there. I mean,
it's a commitment.
It really is.
Especially now, and speaking of that, with the change in Hudson making it into this conference and actually being part of a conference where a couple of years ago they were independent. As Hudson moves the ball around here back up top with a shot.
Oh, baby, what a night!
And it moved in with a nice bouncer in there for Hudson's fourth goal.
Will McDonald.
And we're going to have a representative here talking about the WYAA and Lacrosse making it in there. And some of the activities that are still taking place.
Oh, baby, what a night!
To be recognized, for the lacrosse to be recognized at a state level, but also at a local level. So look forward to that at halftime.
Yeah, I misspoke earlier. I thought that was all kind of signed, sealed, and delivered. But again, great point. We're going to get a record with here. Look at the full scale of things, if you will.
Another win by Hudson there. Kruger scooting that pass out to Derek Kaman and moving the ball in.
It's just been full tilt so far with Hudson. I mean, just that end of the field is, I feel almost sorry for the attack guys for DC Everest right now. They're just down here chatting or D. Just hanging out.
Maybe a turnover here. You have a turnover for DC Everett here. Cresmati couldn't get control of that pass coming through. So
what's up, boys? Guess what my neighbor was telling me.
Pass up here.
Tried to hit him at the 40, but he was not
a little short on the pass.
Hudson just swung it around
with a very physical ride, nice man ball. Guys just have to keep their head about them out here and just play their game and not get too riled up with the score, the opportunities here, like that one where he saw the ball in the back of the net before he caught it. So just stay focused. These are the games that can reinforce good habits or start to create some bad ones. So Spencer Kruger there with the pickoff of the clearing pass, brings it back into the zone there and sets the offense up. 12 Roe Paradowski coming in there, number 12. He had a goal or two this morning as well. Ooh, nice face dodge. Oh, nice trail check to prevent the shot on goal. Oh, and number 2, Cresmati, a little wide on that one with the bounce shot looking for the corner. Get the ball on the inbound on the far side of the field by Davis Miller, number 20. Gets it up to McDonald, number 6. Looks for somebody that wasn't there on midfield, number 11, looking to crank back. High right by Andrew Caples on that one, number 11. So we have Davis Miller at X behind here, looking to make a move in here. Good coverage by D.C. Everett for backing him up there, number 12, but leaving McDonald open. Now they have their defense moving around, shuffling around, leaving somebody open.
Caples!
Caples with the rocket there. That was D.C. Everett had some good movement on defense, but left Caples wide open. Hudson, got to hand it, Hudson kept moving the ball. They didn't force it to take a shot. They kept looking for the open man, and Caples, they're all patient on that one. Nobody panicked, got it, and Caples was able to wind up and crank it and get a rocket in there.
Yeah, nice patience. Caples with a great shot there. And I mean, he's 15 yards-ish away from the net there. Great look by him. And bit of a sniper, that kid.
That was
another senior, right? I mean, my gosh, that senior class. Wow, a lot of kids.
A lot of kids, and leave some holes for next year for Coach Rich to fill. And not sure we're going to check on I know the JV team played earlier this afternoon. Going to check to see what the score was on that game. Those are the superstars in waiting, and hopefully they're having the same success. I know in the past the JV team has done pretty well, having some pretty good seasons, undefeated, maybe losing one or two games, so that they're also very strong coming up with some good coaching with Coach McDonald and Coach Heath doing that. Always had some good teams. Nice work there. Get the ball on the ground. Oh, Will with the garbage goal picked it up and rolled a strike between the legs. That was nice.
Those still count.
Nice heads-up awareness of looking for where the ball is, getting it, and being able to finish. I said, one guy on him, good defense, got double-teamed, lost the ball, and just looking at the replay here, Will was just right place at the right time.
That's how those good players are, right? Yeah. They're it's somehow the ball finds them, they're in the right spot. It's like, but again, it's like how they get so lucky. Well, they worked real hard. Yeah. That's how you get real lucky. You work real hard.
And to be in those situations to know where to be.
That's right.
Okay, Kruger on the face-off. Another straightforward win.
These guys down to our left, none of them even moved.
No,
defense, attack, at the face-off, they didn't even move. They're just down there chit-chatting.
Yeah, I think they're discussing world opportunities for world peace down there. A missed opportunity there by Derek Amon. Here
they go.
Threw to a guy in the crease, but wasn't paying attention. So here come D.C. Everett on the fast break here. Get in the zone. Defense on him by 21. Sam Dickman providing some nice checking on that bottom hand.
Yeah. So between Dickman and Cooper, those guys, you don't want to have the ball by them. They're going to work you over.
And then you got strong defensive middies, too.
Right.
And Hudson's got a good history of that to keep guys up top and keep them out here. Number 18 on defense, Liam Getchell. We watched his brother play a few years ago.
Cool.
Good to see family members passing the baton down to others here. You got McDonald, his older brother played.
That's right.
You got Getchell. I think Seth Heath's older brother played many years ago. So it's good to see that go and keep going.
Fast break.
Nice ball movement here.
Oh,
nice
left him alone in the middle.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Chris Motti, I think that was the second of the day. Nice patience there, Ken.
Yeah.
Walking across, didn't have the angle, just kind of stepped out enough away from the defenseman so he could see where he needed to hit the goal and hit top shelf right.
Nice looking fast break. I mean, just good movement down the field. And guess what? Passing that ball is a lot quicker than running it. Yep. And they just boom.
Didn't hit the ground until it hit the net and fell in.
That's right. That's
what you want to do. Nice, clean passing, and that's where you eliminate the unforced errors, particularly on clears. You've got a significant chance of winning the game and giving yourself more opportunities.
Hudson with another face-off win here. They'll jump into the box.
Buechler coming in there, number 5.
Little gallop on into the box here.
Buechler looks like he grew a few inches from the last time we called a game.
Yeah.
Big kid.
Funny how some of these guys put on the weight and the inches. And oh, baby! Woo!
Buechler with the ISO, calling his own number out there. He's got wrapped knee, but that was a nice play there and nice finish.
Yeah, Buechler from just inside the 20 just kind of wound that cannon up. Whoop, whoop. Kerpow.
So we got 5:13 left here in the first. Hudson up 8-0.
Buechler pretty excited about that goal.
Yeah.
I like that celebration.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Oop, there we go.
Pop that
Get
one
the
up
ball
and over.
out
Yep.
over to Joshua Searle, number 24. First time I call his name. I know he's been out there, but now we can actually see the numbers. We know.
I know.
Cross-reference that to the sheet, so.
Yeah, it was a little tough with the sun earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the same jerseys, but for some reason it's just very difficult to see their numbers. So look at the shot here. Davis Miller protecting the ball real nice
over there. Yeah.
Back to McDonald, back to winds up. Little wide there. Attackmen are going to wear out their arms in the first quarter here, just taking those wind-up shots. Cresmati coming in,
nice
splits two guys, shoots. Oh, a whistle, I think. Or was it? Yeah,
there was a whistle, yeah.
Yeah, that was, seems like their defense just kind of stopped. Nice outlet pass to 7 coming downfield to start the fast break.
40-yard
12 was
pass.
there. Roop Paradowski was there to slow him down and prevent the fast break, but nonetheless, DC Everest there was in there. 21, Dickman got the ball out of his stick there. Number 2 for DC Everett, who is Owen Pranuski in there. Tackman, going to graduate this year.
A shot on goal there. Nice save by Hudson.
Nice outlet pass from Brooks to Rue. At midfield, get the ball going in the other direction. McDonald with the ball up top, back over to Kruger. Kind of settling things down, set up their offense.
No rush, just get her figured
Ball
out
to
here.
X,
Nice
cut her
movement.
right down.
Oh,
That had him wide open there.
dirty.
Landon Ludeman, his second goal of the day. Called his name a couple times earlier, Ken. He's a guy that's been coming up through the ranks the last couple of years. As a midi out there, it's good to see the midi scoring. We talked about that earlier. Kind of one of the things I was looking for in these games was the development of the middies and having a good couple, 2-3 solid lines here for Hudson. And that helps as the season progresses. Your guys do get beat up a little bit, and you need to have some depth.
Yeah, you start playing some of these teams. They take swats, and it's just leaving welts. I remember years ago playing. Oh, wow. McDonald with a sweet little snipe there.
It's number 4, I think, on the day. 4, maybe 5.
Kind of almost like a hockey shot there, coming from down low, going up high. What's what Will got there? 5 maybe goals so far, something like that.
Yeah, I think so. He's lighting it up here in the first quarter. 3 minutes left. Yeah, he had a hat trick within 2 minutes of the game. So,
crazy.
They've been spreading the wealth around though. They got a good variety of guys scoring. And Kruger coming in here with a straight shot down here. First pass over, right over to Cresmati. I don't know, did that hit the goalie?
Yeah, I think it did,
off the goalie. And Miller behind to be the first to get it. They got a guy wide open in the crease there.
Oh, come on! Forget about that.
Yeah, that was dirty. And they, McDonald snuck right down there and was standing there, and nobody covered him. So had it, and he slowed down enough so his momentum didn't carry him past the goal and make that dirty behind the back goal.
Oh my gosh, was that cool?
Yeah,
I gotta watch that just one more time. That was really cool.
How long just standing there, nobody within
2
yards of him. Yeah, You gotta.
That's a miss with a guy like that coming through the crease there. My gosh.
Yeah, Lautenbach out there, and ball scooted back to Rivera, freshman out there. See what he can do with the ball, bringing it in, waiting for the rest of the offense. Haman and Clyde Zhang coming in, kind of the younger future of the program here from a midfield perspective. See what they're moving around here, shifting around.
Oh, nice D there by DC Everest.
Got a piece of the stick there on Rivera. Turnover there, but Cresmati's there. Looked like a turnover, but Hudson maintains possession here. A whistle on the field here. Oh, they needed to start out on the sideline here, not behind the goal. So get it going up here. So Cresmati moving it up top there to Clyde Zhang. Going to bring it in one-on-one, take a
just
shot.
Wide open.
Yeah, nobody
came out.
Yeah, there's no pressure coming from the DC Everett defense on either the middies or the defenseman sliding in. So they got guys cutting down now and being left open. So Davis Miller had some options there and took the easiest one and scored on it, and that was a nice shot.
It was.
Nice follow-through, nice form on that shot. So it puts Hudson up 12-0.
Just run with it, and they just turn.
Yeah, if nobody's going to cover me.
No. All right. Yeah, what else are you going to do? I mean, nobody picks me up. Let's just shoot. Timeout being called by DC.
Yep. 2:22 left here in the first quarter. 12-0 Hudson up. And
let's take a quick TV timeout. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back to RaidersStreaming.com Field here. It's Ken Cohn and Tom Dewey and our super professional, awesome cameraman, Jeff Tierstig. Thanks for joining us on this evening get-together here at the Raider Field. We've got some great fans in front of us. The Blank family made it out.
And we have a flag on the field. What happens here is the refs will arbitrarily grab a couple sticks and do some evaluating to make sure that the sticks meet the proper specs. And it looks like Hudson, one of the players from Hudson Sticks, did not meet the officials' criteria. So that will result in a 2-minute penalty that's unreleasable, and what that means, if the opponent scores a goal, the player still has to remain in the penalty box.
And they take the stick, right?
Oh yeah. He can't play with the sticks. So
21 is being assessed this penalty.
Yeah, and I think they called one for both teams.
Oh, did they really?
21 for both teams. Yeah, it looks like illegal equipment, and it's a technical penalty for the game. So it happens. It's just kind of the luck of the draw. They just grab a stick.
Yep. What are the odds you get an extra long stick? Pretty good.
I don't.
Tough to tell.
I don't recall an extra long stick getting it. I do know some of the attackmen and middies can be, let's just say, pretty creative in terms of their sticks, and the cross is what they call it, the cross. So they got called on it, so you take the risk.
So both squads will have a guy in the sin bin for that for a bit, and we'll just kind of play even up, right?
Taking a shot there wide, so that was Braxton Britton. Player has been with the program for quite a while, since a young kid. Good to see him out there. And back up to Kruger there, number 7. Back behind to Miller. Back up to Braxton Britton. Nice face dodge
move
there. Nice score
beauty.
by Braxton. There you go. Nice shot. Earned that one his own way. Nice face dodge getting in there and burying it. Nice bounce shot.
Yeah, great play.
Yeah. Good ball movement by Hudson, moving it around, getting everybody the opportunity. Braxton saw it, had to beat a guy, which he did. got the slide, beat him too, and then was able to bury it in the net.
Yeah, he's been playing for a while, hasn't he? I
Yeah.
mean, didn't we have him back in the day?
Yeah.
Way back in the day?
Yeah, we did. When he was playing, and we didn't realize at the time he was a little Tasmanian devil on the field, and we didn't realize he was 2 years younger than most of the kids that were out there that he was playing with. So he's been with the program for quite a while. Good kid. Ball back up to Lautenbach here. Hudson getting their key offensive guys. Buechler, number 5, coming in. Looking to go pre-med. I think they said either out at Utah or the U here in Madison. And
wow.
Cress Motti with the underhand pass down in the lower right-hand corner for another goal.
Whew. Scoring at will right now.
Yeah. So we have 24 out there. So Joshua Searle, number 24. And then Kruger on the face-off. There's only 2 guys because they're still serving the penalties here for the illegal sticks. You can kind of see there, number 8, Seth there, who's got a bad ankle here, Seth Heath. Part of the dynamic duo Hudson's had the privilege of having here the last couple of years between him and McDonald. Between the two of them, there's probably well over 200 points scored, maybe close to 250 between just the two of them alone. Yeah. Got to dig into that. I know McDonald last year was pushing on 100 himself.
Goals?
Both points, goals and assists. Yeah. And Seth Heath is always not very far behind him. So, and their careers are probably going to have some, if not at the top 3 record in the state in terms, and probably hold it for quite a while when you have 2 guys that play for 3 years at that level and deliver those results. Nice save by the goalie there for DC Everett, number 30, Mason German. Nice stop there. Hudson maintains possession. Or, no, they don't. So ball goes number 12, Kyle Schmidt, looking to clear the ball for DC Everett here. Oh, maybe not. No,
I was going to say, I think that was a shot, so it should be Hudson ball here. But
I think the ref and the ump are going to do rock, scissors, paper out there to see who gets it.
1, 2, 3, boom. A couple seconds left to go in this first quarter here.
Up over to Davis Miller up top here on the top left. Oh.
Well, quite a first quarter there, Hudson, with
14
of them.
Almost 3/4 of what they're averaging in a game in the first quarter here. They're averaging close to 18, 20 points a game here in their first 4 games of the season. So like we talked earlier, they picking up where they left off the last couple of years. Quite a lot of offensive firepower on the attack as well as midi. So then jump to a commercial here, Ken.
Be right back.
No, it's
well. Welcome back to Raiders streaming field. Here we have a special guest joining us in the booth. Would you mind sharing your headset with this young man?
Oh, absolutely. Here you go.
Mute that for 1 second. All right, you are live on the program here. Thank you for joining us. Would you just I don't know if we've officially met. Will you introduce yourself to us?
Yeah, no problem. Mike Miller.
Mike Miller. And Mike, you have a player on the field?
Yeah, Davis, number 20. He's a junior, yeah.
Perfect. And how long have you been part of the program here?
I think Davis started playing when he was in 3rd grade.
3rd grade. Wow.
3rd or 5th, yeah.
Wow.
It's been a while.
That's awesome. And we were talking kind of off the air a little bit about what's going on with the sanctioning, and it was real obvious real quick that you know a lot more about this than I do. So I wanted to have you on. I know we're going to talk a little bit over the action here, but would you give us kind of the skinny on where are we at, what's happening, and then I'll ask you some other questions.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you. Well, we're real excited because for the first time in 41 years, the state of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Athletic Association, sanctioned girls and boys lacrosse last December. So I think there's around 50 lacrosse teams in the state of Wisconsin.
Wow.
And so the growth of the sport really got the attention of the schools.
Yeah.
And so we're really excited about that. And what that means is each individual school district has to officially approve a program for their school.
They do. Okay.
Yeah.
Which seems like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are excited.
Yeah.
You know, here in Hudson, there's been a referendums. There's some declining enrollment, and there's always things at schools.
Always
you know.
something. Yep.
And so we're optimistic. The school's been very supportive, and so we're excited. Yeah, there's the girls and the boys are both, you know, having such good success. The program is healthy.
Yeah.
We've got over 200 lacrosse players in the youth and the high school levels here in
Wow.
Hudson. Yeah.
So what happens when we're sanctioned? So let's say that happens.
Right.
What are the pluses, or minuses to that?
They're mostly, I can't think of any minuses.
Perfect. I like hearing that.
Yeah, let's
I
say
like
it that
that.
way. Yeah.
Good. So what are the pluses?
The pluses are the most immediate thing is we'll be able. I think you may have mentioned in the first game that we'll be able to play non-conference games against our neighbors in Minnesota.
Think of Minnesota. Yes.
So what that means
great.
for lacrosse players in high school is you don't have to drive to Milwaukee to play a non-conference game.
Yeah.
And or Des Moines or whatever. We just got back from Des Moines a couple weeks ago, for example. So that adds a lot of cost,
Yep.
a lot of commitment for the coaches and everyone else. So that's the biggest thing. The second thing, obviously, is you know, it's official for the girls and the boys. They get to play for their high school.
Yeah.
And there's ramifications for the school in terms of supporting the program with, you know, transportation potentially. And then the Hudson Lacrosse Association has a nice goal there.
Yeah.
The Hudson Lacrosse Association will become more of a booster, you know, organization for high school lacrosse instead of having to run all of it. The school will essentially run everything.
Yep.
And
so similar to all the other sports, right?
Exactly.
You got a blue line club, you got a dugout club, you got whatever.
Right. So we're really excited. We've got, I think, when we send out emails to our families, we have about 1,700 people on our mailing list. So there's a lot of people in the area. And the other cool thing is that the Wisconsin Athletic Association was very adamant that everyone tried to operate cooperatives.
Okay.
So that means folks from River Falls and
Yeah.
Baldwin and New Richmond and Somerset and, you know, all around, like
Yeah.
a lot of the hockey programs are. So we're
Girls
excited about
hockey
that.
programs.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
I'll tell you, we've had, so Tom and I coached back in the day, and we had a couple from River Falls back in the day, Eddie and Ben Strudel, who were just great players, and we were so happy to have them part of our program. So I like that co-op feel for lacrosse. I think that's just great. So how can, as we kind of wrap up, if I'm out there listening or tuning in, how can a person get involved and help kind of move the needle on this and help out?
Yeah, thanks. Good question. So we just encourage everyone in Hudson that's supportive of the lacrosse program or players to just talk to school board members, talk to administrative members of the school district, and just encouraging them to, you know, support this thing. And essentially the school board has to vote for it. So eventually in the next ensuing days and weeks, we expect the school board to take that up, and we want everybody to encourage them to vote yes. So
perfect.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Awesome.
You bet.
Well, we got maybe not a barn burner on our hands, but a lot of goals being scored by Hudson today. I appreciate you jumping in the booth and telling us all about this. Again, we will get out and kind of raise the issue, if you will, in the community, and I know Tom and I will do our best to kind of get the word out here, not only online, but with our sphere of influence that we have in town. It's not that huge, but we know a couple people.
Hey, you know, the players
we know
today,
a couple people.
That's right. Well, you guys were instrumental in getting us where we're at as a program, and a lot of people were, like Coach Rich, I think, was one of the
100%.
Founding members. I think he was from River Falls, too.
Yep.
And so we're standing on the shoulders of all you guys that have put all the time and energy in to get us here. And, yeah, we're excited.
I appreciate you saying that. Thanks for jumping in the booth.
Thank you, guys. You bet.
Yeah, thanks for that, and thanks for keeping the energy moving forward. It's one thing to put the energy in early, but to have the great families, you know, you look at the Fallons, we were talking earlier.
Oh, gosh, just some great crews. McDonald's, the Fallons, the Heaths of the world, right? I mean, these guys and their parents, and my goodness, a ton of work's gone into everything that we're seeing right now, you know?
The Booms must put a lot of work in just from the board aspect of it and running this, the Krugers.
How about Renee back in the day?
Renee Schultz was amazing.
Super.
Just the people that, behind the scenes, just keeping the wheels on the bus for everything, so we could focus on coaching the kids and getting them to a level that we're seeing out here today. Obviously, it was the boys. We were just a small piece of it, but establishing some of the foundations of it, definitely Roger and Brandon have always been there, and Bill Kruger coaching from back in the early days, and now with Rich was here for a while and then got married and had a baby, but then came back the last few years, and it's been great to have him to continue to build that culture. Our boys, when they were seniors, coming out of COVID and all the craziness that was coming out of that, and to see those kids come up and really reinforce that culture, and knowing that this was eventually going to potentially the result they were looking to get, and to have these numbers come out for here, and to be able to have 50 kids, 50 boys, and then 50 girls be able to play in a sport is amazing. And you don't really have that in many. True. Really, like what other sports do you have where you have a boy and a girls team? Is basketball really? You have swimming, maybe those type of things.
But how many are on those?
Like 50 to have two sports teams playing basically the same sport. The rules are a little different, but to give that many young student athletes opportunity to play sports and to participate on it is pretty incredible. So
it's fun. It's fun. We'll be calling a couple girls games coming up too.
Yeah.
Talk to Beth Newton, who's one of the coaches, and
I know they're a strong family on a lot of sports.
Holy cow!
Within the town,
hockey, lacrosse. I mean, that Newton family, they've awesome crew, awesome crew. Really, just great people.
And the results the teams are having. On both the boys and the girls side, and it's great to see younger kids start to pick it up and see lacrosse sticks around the neighborhood as much as you see kids pick up baseball mitts and throwing baseballs around.
Right, it is fun.
Have it. So it's great to see. DC Everett making a move here, taking a shot from out wide here, number 7 for DC Everett. Reese stole with a shot that went high, and looks like Hudson gets possession here coming in.
Is it fair to say we've popped a couple of our kind of second line folks out there getting some action right now? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think so. But Cooper Fallon bringing it in here on the far side.
Sure.
See what he's got some wheels. It looks like
starter's still getting some work.
He's
still out there. Yep.
Yeah, first or second gear here, bringing it up the field. Not having a lot of pressure put on him on either following, chasing him, or whatever, or coming into the field. So move it up to McDonald. You got McDonald out there, Derek Hammond, or Haman. Sorry, apologies for that one. Back down to Landon Ludeman, number 15. And another player coming into the field here, 25, Oliver Rivera, freshman. So nice power move up top there. Kind of handcuffed him a little bit there with that pass.
It did.
Derek Haman making the move. He's a big kid too. Nice move coming in. Nice power move coming through the middle there. Monty passing back up to Monty here. Back over to the middle to back to number 10. Buries it lower left. Derek Haman. It's hard work paying off there coming back. So that was a nice goal on his side, or for him. And McDonald coming out of the game there. And you've got Lutenbach, number 9. Looks like he's going in for the face-off with Clyde Zhang on the far side. And here at the long stick on the near side, Joshua Searle. And see how these guys do here. We got back out on defense, 29, 27. So we got Gabe Pilgrim, number 29, Alec Ross, number 27. Probably anchored there somewhere, I can't tell, but probably Cooper Fallon, number 23, and we still have Brooks Bluesky in goal. So your defense looks like for the second quarter here, about halfway through. Almost 16-0 Hudson up here versus DC Everest as the shadow grows longer onto the field here.
Yeah.
Cools off a little bit, but it's still a gorgeous day out there.
Crazy to think we're popping into the 70s this next week after a foot of snow last weekend.
Yeah. Like I said, Mother Nature's being nice to us today, but she was trying to kill us last week. So.
That's the truth. Yeah, foot of snow, blowing 40.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember listening to like the house getting hit by wind, thinking, "What is going on outside? Is this it? This is it was crazy."
Yeah. Oh, and then you always got to throw in the thunder and lightning. That's always,
that was just icing on the cake. Like, of course, it's going to thunder and lightning too.
And if we have any folks that are not from this area, yes, you do get thunder and lightning at times during snowstorms. It is somewhat disconcerting if you come from another part of the country and live here and haven't experienced that.
It's frightening.
Yeah.
Yep, it's frightening. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
looks like Clyde Zhang's going to take him one-on-one up top here.
So I got a quick story for you while we go through this this second quarter. Back when I was 12, we moved to Minnesota from Texas, Austin, Texas, where it was until I was 12, and my dad transferred to IBM. And if you look at this year, we were the third snowiest.
Yeah.
Well, you know what year was the first snowiest? Friggin' the year I moved up. I thought I was like, I was literally like, Tom, like, what is going on up here?
Had you ever even seen snow?
Yeah, so that's a great question. One time, and I was 6, and my dad and I took my red Flyer wagon, collected it from all over the yard, made an igloo.
Oh, yeah.
First and only time I saw snow, it was an inch of it in Texas. It was like, I was like, what is happening right now? This is frightening.
Must have been either a real small igloo or you were really small.
I was, you're 6 years old. You're in kindergarten. I was pretty small.
That's cool. That's great story.
Oh man, it was just like too much.
You don't need a wagon to collect that much snow up here.
No, you can just stand in one spot and make your igloo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice move here by 26, seeing what he can get going here. Charlie Jones looking for an open man, goes up top here. To 28, Braxton. Give him the whole alley right down the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, he little high on that one. I think he could follow through all the way, but they gave him the lane. They gave him Main Street.
Yeah.
And he took it. Ball up top to Clyde. Back over. Nice cut across the middle.
Good look. Like it.
Buechler with Rocket there, a little high and wide, but I like how Hudson's running that play, and these guys are getting used to seeing the guys cross, and they're connecting. For me, if looking out here, I want to make sure the ball's not hitting the ground,
right,
especially on those passes, in that they're looking like right there, ball down, but now we got to get it there, collect it there, but got to be a little crisper on those passes. And also be ready to catch it. That's the other side thing. When those guys come off the cut and they turn around, a lot of times it's like a wide receiver making a break. When he turns around, that ball might be right in his face. They got to be prepared to catch it.
Right.
Yeah, we have a coffee clutch happening on the north side of the field here, where you got about 7 guys figuring out the fate of the free world there.
Oh gosh, these guys. There is something about the camaraderie of like the attack and the D and the goaltender. When these games get a little lopsided like this, I do like how we're everybody's talking. It's not just the Raiders and the DC guys. They're all together just hanging out, just being gentlemen, having a good, whatever they're talking about, probably saving the world.
Yep. And this is, these guys have seen each other, and they're going to see each other. This is DC Everett's got a very young team here, and we got all our younger defensemen out there. These guys are going to see each other, and DC Everett's got a good history of strong programs and putting some good teams together out there.
For sure.
Look for them. Obviously a rebuilding situation there, but these kids, they come out and they play. They're out here playing the game, getting out there. They love the sport, and this is part of the game. Little overthrow there, but DC Everett looks to maybe pick it up here. We got Alec Ross going after the GB there. That'll be one for the books. He'll be on the books for a ground ball. Number 13 there missed a pass. Tristan Stahl. He scored at the start of the second quarter there. Brought it coast to coast and buried it, so that was a nice whistle there. And turnover for Hudson with the ball going to DC Everett. flipping a coin there to see who's going to take it up.
Yeah.
So number 11 for DC Everett, Brian Gums, bringing the ball up. Nice move to good defense by good ride there by Cress Motti. Good to see the attackmen still engaged in the defensive side of the game. And that's gonna be a key part, Ken, and something to watch as we move forward. Some of the teams with a little more experience on the field are going to be able to ride and clear the ball. And if you can't slow that part of the game down and you have a good offensive team you're playing, there's going to be some fast breaks and things. And those are the things that can turn a game around really quick. You get a fast break, get a quick score, get another score off of a face-off right after that. You can change a game real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that as I learned the sport from you and helping coach and things, it's that face-off is just uber important, and the fast breaks, God, they can just really turn a game on a dime out there. And just I couldn't believe once you really think about the face-offs how big of a part of the game that is.
Oh yeah, we got a penalty here. Sorry, yeah, Ken, we'll pick up on that penalty on 33 here. I think it was a slash there, and Hudson will go man up. But it's possession. We talked. If you missed the game earlier today, possession is such a big part of this game. And if you have unforced turnovers, there's always an opportunity to score in every possession in this game. And if you can win more than half of your face-offs, you have more opportunities than your opponent to score.
Right.
And with Lautenbach, both Lautenbach is going to D2, and
Spencer
Kruger going to D1 as face-off specialist. That's been a great advantage for Hudson the last 4 or 5 years. Before that, they had Hollis Erskine was another great guy in the face-off circle of machines where you win 75-80% of your face-offs. That's that many more opportunities than your opponent has in a game. And
it shows when you do that. It's where does that show up on the score sheet?
Yeah. So we have speaking of which, Spencer Kruger going D1, committed to Utah. A nice program.
Sweet
starting
program,
at Utah,
right? Yeah.
D1 program, kind of
awesome.
The furthest west team that's part of Division I. They play Maryland, the East Coast, Virginia, those teams, and that program has been up and running now for been a strong program for years, but went D1 about 4 or 5 years ago and built a strong program going now out there.
Well, and Spencer, I remember hearing stories from his mom and dad, who have been a huge part of this program, great folks.
Yes.
But I remember hearing stories of him being in his basement, literally practicing his face-offs all night.
Yeah.
And then he'd get his older brother, Max, down there, practice against him. And then whoever would go down and, try to, win face-offs against him. Or even he'd just do the quick, the wrist rolls, right? And whatever they do to kind of get better. And that commitment, God, it was like at 7th, 8th grade. It wasn't starting in high school. I mean, this was before high school even got going.
I just remembered he was our camera guy on the submarine game. Remember that? He was there.
Yes, that's right.
The underwater, we have a man down here. Don't want to ignore that. So we got a guy that got like he might have caught one underneath the chin here. So
Looks like it caught a stick.
Take a quick 2 minutes. Looks like somebody got 2 minutes for on the head there, so be a penalty on Hudson. All right, he's looks to be up and a little shaken, but nonetheless kind of making his way to the bench here. So
you can tell he gets zipped right under the shield there. That's a stinger.
Yeah,
there's no neck guard in there. It's
No.
just bare skin and your throat. That does not feel good.
Yeah, so that's number 23. Looks to be up and around for.
It's good.
Yeah, so that's Brandon Kruger from DC Everett. So, it looks like based off of the reenactment he's doing on the sidelines, looks like he got caught right under the chin.
The reenactment.
Kind of
guys are so funny, aren't they? Like, dude, and this is how it happened.
Yeah.
Did you see it? It was bad.
And it looks like Aiden Rivera was the
culprit.
The culprit on that one. He's in the box. So I think he got 2 minutes for that one.
Man down for Hudson here, and DC Everest will have a minute. They're just
Owen
Not really
Prunski
moving the
with
ball much right
Yeah.
now. I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah. Owen Prunski looking to make a move here. He's
just checking the clock. Last I checked, I don't know what he's up to.
Oh yeah, if they maintain possession here on man down, they'll start with possession at the second half. So that was
is that the deal?
that was
okay, got it.
the strategery going on there.
I was
on
wondering
the
what
field.
strategery was going on there. I knew it was something.
Yeah.
I knew something was happening. I just wasn't sure what. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back in just a second. Thanks again for tuning in. Welcome back to RaidersStreaming.com Field. It's Ken Conan, Tom Dewey, and Jeff Tiersig. We got the old school alumni in the house right now. Dewey, Hookie, and Conan coming in hot to root on their team. Gotta love it. Thanks for joining us in the booth, boys. Good to see you guys as always.
Great way to chase them out of the booth and start calling their names.
Oh, yeah, you just call them right out. Mom and Dad, we got eyes on up here in the booth. We see them.
Yeah, this is it was great to see those guys back together. They
man,
they
right?
go back second grade.
Yeah,
Second grade, these guys have been playing
Hookie,
together.
Dewey, Conan. Gosh, it's crazy to think all the years.
I know the Erskine brothers are back in town too.
Oh, are
We
they?
saw
Nice.
Charlie and his family were always a big part of this. Charlie and Joe,
Yeah.
they're a big part of this. Growing up, and they're in town. The Boomsmas we were talking about. And just great to see these kids. Easter kind of brings them out of the woodwork and in from around the country. So it's great to see them still. And testament to the friendships. These kids still keep in touch.
I know.
Over the years and just pick up right where they left off. And it was all because of lacrosse. Yeah. So that's great to see.
Fun to see these guys go from kids to young men, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just good people.
All making their way in the world, contributing in a positive way in very different ways. So it's great to see.
Yeah.
And great to see them be successful.
Well, we got a couple changes out there right now. One of them being the goalie for Hudson, right? I mean, we got
A.J. Newman.
a fresh look out
Stepping
there,
in,
Newman.
Number 22.
Yep.
Newman. And a couple defensemen. We got that one defensive change up. And Newman with the save there, looking for the clear. Gets it out to, I think that's 27 out there. Wrestling with the ball. Go get the GB there. A couple GBs for Alec Ross this afternoon. Gets the ball a little messy on the clear here to Griffin Underwood, number 16. Good to see the younger players out there. And fights his way and steps out of bounds. I think what was that? Moved it up to Derek Hammond, but stepped out of bounds on his way up. Good check by the DC Everest midi playing defense. Got him to step on the line. Got number 4 running in there, Aiden Rivera coming in.
Got a goal there.
Oh, yeah. Goal by DC Everett, number 7. Reese Stowell with the goal. Nice to get DC Everett on the board here. And goal scored against A.J. Newman here at Hudson at 10. I think it was probably about 10:20. We got running time here. What did it say, 12? After 12 goals and into the second half,
it just
the clock starts running and doesn't stop.
Keeps on ticking.
It'll stop at the end of the quarter, but in the end of the game, that's it. And obviously any injury timeouts.
Well, I like that Hudson's made kind of a wholesale change here, getting some fresh faces in there. Good for both squads, right? Maybe a little more competitive here in the second half. Just a little bit, right? I mean, both teams get a chance to kind of get some guys out there, at least for Hudson, for sure, some fresh faces out there to get some varsity time here.
Yeah, definitely. We still have Chris Motti out there with a pass over. Oh, nice play.
Good look.
Not sure if they call it a goal. Yes, they did. He ended up in the crease, but number 4, Aiden Rivera, with a nice cut, quick cut there. Nice pass from behind. Or no, they didn't give it to him.
They did not.
No goal.
I thought they pointed us to score, but they did not. Okay.
Yeah. I think what he was pointing to, and that's my bad. He
was
pointing to where he stepped on the crease, so that was my bad. So no goal there on the Hudson side. So 27, Alec Ross knee kicking the ball out there. A la Saka here, number 12 with Rue Paradowski.
Oh, coast to coast almost here. My goodness.
So Hudson answers back here. Couple minutes, minute and a half after DC Everett scores. And I'll have the face-off here. And looks like Kruger's still doing the face-offs. You got Kruger, the face-off, Graham Anderson on the far side, number 14, and then number 28, Braxton Britton here on the near side for the middies to go into battle for the face-off. See if Kruger is going to kick it out back, see if he's got a play here. Up, back over his own shoulder, recover his own ball. That was a nice play.
Kind of tricky. I like that.
Behind the back pass to himself, and gets the ground ball. That's always a little side bonus.
Right.
Is
face-off win.
Lead some of the GBs, and he did. I remember looking at some of the stats last year and the year before. He always was up in the top 5 for ground balls in the state as well. Obviously, when you doing 20, 25 face-offs a game, you have a good chance to get some ground balls.
Right.
The 28 there, Braxton looking for somebody. Some movement there, nice movement. Nice back to Braxton. Oh, why?
Wow.
That was a nice play there with Braxton playing kind of a two-man game with Clyde Jang out there, and couldn't finish on the net, but gave himself a good opportunity. Looks like penalty coming on Braxton. Not sure for exactly what there.
Interesting.
Looks like 1 minute for something, but he'll be in the penalty box. See what the ref has here. Oh, he's not going to call it. They're just going to keep playing here.
Keep it rolling.
Which is interesting. They usually got to, this isn't kind of an inbound thing. They had a penalty, so
figure out what's going on here.
Started out, and Coach Rich is asking for what's going on. So 1 minute for the infraction here. DC Everett will start with kind of a settled situation here. Bring it in from midfield line to number 2. Owen Pronoske coming in, and man down team out there by Hudson. Led out there, Landon Ludeman up top there, number 15. Good ball movement here. Create an unsettled situation here. That ball will stay inbounds, and DC Everett will maintain possession here. It looks like number 7, Reese Stoll out there on their man-up team. Back up top to Owen. Moves it back over to 11, Gabe Gallback. They're moving around up top here. And clock is ticking here, probably coming in on about halfway through penalty. And
he's kind of moving it up top there, not really getting any movement down low to set up an opportunity, right? I mean,
Fallon with the ground ball, hoovers it up, a full stride, fast break here.
Nice fake.
Got trail check there. Cresmati with a nice face dodge, kept his feet and buried it top left. Nice move.
Wow, great work by Cooper, and then just a great little move there. What was that, a face dodge that he did there?
Face dodge, and let's watch it here. Yeah,
God, pretty.
Oh, he missed the first one. I think he hit a defensive stick. Then he was back there, face dodge, kept his head up. That's what I like about the shooters for Hudson, as well as the passers, are keeping their head up. They're looking to see that. They know who the defender is, and DC Everest is giving our guys some space between DC Everett calling a timeout here. But they're playing smart, and one way to protect the ball is to have your head up, looking around, to know who's open to pass the ball to versus focusing on your stick and the ball and then looking up at the last minute, seeing something, making a pass when you don't have a chance to see how close the defender is near him and maybe making a pass that maybe shouldn't be made. So it's good that the guys look around, they're seeing. They obviously know what the play is going to be and where the guys should be.
Love it. Be right back. Welcome back to RaidersStreaming.com field here in Hudson, USA. Ken Conan, Tom Dewey, Jeff Tiersing on your call today. And Hudson in the driver's seat, 20-1 right now, running time in the third quarter.
Lutenbach.
Lutenbach.
Nice fake clean face-off, clean ground ball. Clyde Jang out there.
Oh, great pass. Gosh, had him right there in the top of the key.
He wants that one back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Push-ups.
He should do them.
Push-ups.
You can't miss from that.
No.
Like you can't hit the side of a barn.
You got to
Come
hit
on.
the net at least.
Yeah. There you go. Back up to Clyde up top.
Oh,
I'd love seeing the younger players out there getting an opportunity here to run the offense.
Mm-hmm.
A little two-man give and go. Nice
Yeah.
defense. Got a piece of that stick, or a piece of the ball, rather, by the stick. Nice defense.
Ooh,
aggressive
Coop,
there.
look at him.
Not sure
Yeah,
where it
he's
goes
just
off.
a beast over there,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah, I'm not. Who did that really go off of him or? what?
Looks like the DC will get this one. Couple ducks circling the field here. Get the 12 gaugers out.
Geese.
Those
coming
geese?
in.
Oh, yeah, those are geese. Yep.
Flying north. It's a good sign. Oh, got a penalty on Clyde Jang. Must have been behind the play. Didn't see where he was. But he's in the sin bin there for a short period of time. Man up situation by Everest here. The Evergreens. Pass. Let's see if they can get a pass down low. Finally did get one here. Ball back, skip pass there. Back over to number 11, Gabe Gallbach. Ball here, number 36 out wide. They're giving him some space here to Jaden Zoesch. Apologies if I wasn't close on that one. Zoesch there. But ball on the far side there. 7 picks it up. Reese Stoll back up top to Owen. Thinks twice about getting it over to the other side.
That 2's a crafty little player up high there on the key.
Yeah,
He's
gets
good.
physical there and bounces a ball in, and Everest maintained possession there. AJ get back in the net here. What's going on? There you go. Waiting for the goalie to get set. Okay, blow the whistle there. Defense here getting a little, you got to get their sticks up here. Shot coming from 7 on the side as the penalty release from Reese Stoll. All even with DC Everest. Cooper Fallon applying some encouragement. Unfortunately, going to be a push and a penalty there. A push with possession, so that'll probably be 30 seconds. And DC Everett maintained possession with Jaden Zoesch coming in from the near side here with the inbound.
Cooper stronger than he thinks over there. My gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Give him a little big nudge, I think. You know, I'd like to see DC Everest get something set up here. You know, get something going.
Ball movement.
A little ball movement, a little cutter. Just
Little pressure on the goalie there
Yeah.
for the clear. Looked around. 27, Alec Ross with the ball. He's got a clear lane there. Opts to pass it upfield. You can move the ball by passing it faster than you can by running it.
Yes,
that's for
sir.
sure.
Yes, sir.
And it's a lot less energy. So ball moving over to Cress Motti. Motti coming in, looking over the field here. Passes it up to Ludeman, midfield up here. Got Kruger on the field there. And passes it back down low, looking for the cutters here. Moved over back to Ludeman, back up over to Buechler. Back up.
Some good movement by Hudson here.
Yeah. I like how they move it, and then they kind of swing the back guy in.
Mm-hmm.
Look for 5 for Buechler on the far side here to kind of swing back around.
2 seconds to go here. That'll do it for the third.
Yeah. All right. End of 3. Evergreens get 1 on the board early here, and Hudson gets up to their average goals here per game of 20. And look forward to moving into the 4th quarter in a minute.
It's crazy. We'll be back in 2. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to Raider Stadium here. It's the home of the Raiders. It's a 4th quarter coming up. Hudson in the driver's seat, 20-1 right now, and
It's we appreciate Everest coming over here, and these guys have always been more than welcoming when we go over there. And it's almost when we did play over there, it's always they treated us like it was a home game for us.
Man, those guys in the booth were the best. It was like seeing old buddies.
Yeah, it was.
Right? Like, hey, how we doing? They're just great guys over there.
Yeah, and something these guys need to realize is there's at any given time there's as many or there's as few as one and as many as 5 or 6 players that are either All-Americans and or moving on to the next level in D1 or D2 with the Hudson program. So these guys just keep your head up high, guys. This is great. They're still fighting hard here late in the game, and appreciate that. And it's about the love of the game and playing from whistle to whistle. And just kind of running down.
Yeah, why don't you tell us kind of who's going where and what's happening?
Yeah.
There's a lot of accolades that should be tossed out there.
I'll go through the roster here. He's not going on to play lacrosse yet. He's been a 2-time All-American and he's chosen to take the football route. Will McDonald, moving on to go to University of Wisconsin and play football there,
which is no small feat. No. I mean, not only academically but also physically. You got to be good on both those levels, and great guy, great family.
And a 2-time All-American in lacrosse. Yeah. And obviously comes into this season as probably one of the scoring leaders in the state last year, and will probably remain that and probably hold some records for scoring.
Yeah.
Because he's been a 3-year starter at attack. You have Spencer Kruger, our face-off specialist, number 7, going off to Utah to play D1 lacrosse. You have Seth Heath playing D2 at William Jewell, who's been part of that dynamic duo and probably be in the top for scoring and assists as well for the state, as well as forget about conference and Hudson records moving forward, which is something that the program needs to start thinking about and keeping track of these players that have moved on and played. And we've had every year, past few years, at least a player or 2 or 3, and now we have 5 moving on to play on. So keeping going through the list, we got Oren Lautenbach, the other. That hurts. Took one in the midsection there, and that happens. Number 17,
up and at
Aiden Siebert jumps right back up.
Wow,
and,
tough dude.
Comes out. That's that happens, but not a fun one. You see that more often in practice and in a game every once in a while. But to walk that one off. But going down the list, you got Oren Lautenbach going to Rockhurst University, playing D2. He's the other face-off specialist. Jacob Nielsen going to William Jewell, and Cooper Fallon, who's was an All-American last year, as well as tried out and made Team USA. Going to play D1's lacrosse at Holy Cross, which is a top 10 program in D1. So that's who you have on the field. Usually, many of them all at the same time.
Yeah,
maybe the face-off guys, but having 4 or 5 or 6, highly skilled players on your field. And we talked about this earlier here. You have those guys in practice every day.
Talk about making the rest of the team better, right? You get to practice against guys that are going into a collegiate, next step, right? D1, some of them, and boy, I bet. And you mentioned it, I think, off air, but Cooper comes back from his playing with the
Team USA
squad, and some of the drills and things that he brought back with him. I didn't give that any thought. Like, you're right. I bet he brought back just a ton of knowledge to not only, the team, the coaches, and just what a great gift for our crew.
Yeah, the exposure to the level of coaching, not taking anything away from the great guys we have here, but you're being coached at a level by, D1 coaches. Like every one of them is a D1 high level program that coaches that and has played at a high level. So just the experience that brings and be able to bring that back into the culture here and the attitude that brings in and everything else and the expectation is just great for the program. And we're fortunate to be able to have players that are All-Americans and have been recognized for it, and that have been worked hard and made. So it looks like that's a goal by Cooper Fallon.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil there. Barry's one with the long stick on the crease, which is not easy.
So funny. Like, how are you doing that, right?
Yeah.
Nice job.
Get a quick replay as he kind of hung around in there waiting for something, kind of snuck down the middle, and whoop.
Yep.
There you go.
Good for him.
Cooper
Gets on the board.
I'll tell you, he and his family, his grandpa, I know we've talked to Grandpa a couple times. They're just some really good people.
Yeah.
I really like that crew.
Yep.
Grandpa is one of the nicest people, very appreciative of us. Back when we were traveling with the team and trying to do all the coverage that we could because our kids were playing, we were there. Why not?
Yep.
He had some very kind words to say. Just a really nice guy. I think that's Larry's dad, if I remember right.
Yeah, and great family. Susie and Larry are great, and Elle is sister too. She's at Villanova on their dance team.
No way, is that right?
Yeah,
wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, she was a captain.
Wow.
She was a captain of the dance team here in Hudson and tried out and made their team. And as far as I know, has been on their dance team at Villanova for the last 2 years as well.
That's cool. That's really cool. Great family. It's just fun being in a community like Hudson. I really feel like we've got something special here, Tom. You know what I mean? Just you talk about all the families involved in all the different sports, lacrosse being one of them that we're covering right now, but just some really good people in this town that give back to programs and really make things happen.
Yeah, and when you see a program grow from where it was, is these programs don't get to there without the parent involvement.
That's right. That's right.
Once you get to a point like football and things, you have the boosters, but there's still a lot there's school involvement and things like that. So it'd be interesting to see the continuing evolution of it and the parents. We talked about the neighborhood kids and the other families getting involved at a younger age because the kids, that's a great thing seeing here. You know, you see the young kids, the little, you see the rink rats, you know, and to see that the kids throwing the ball against the wall and everything else, and those parents are starting to step up and everything, and coach and everything else, and that make it happen.
Well, and these kiddos that are watching the big boys out on the big field at the stadium.
Watch what they do, and the behind the back things.
Super cool, right? Yeah, like, whoa.
You can do that in a game.
Right.
and have it pay off.
Right. Just inside of 5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
A little unforced turnover there. Pass little over their head and out of bounds, so it looks like we'll have Derek come on, bring the ball in on the far side here for Hudson. As that shadow gets to the other side of the field, happens fast.
Jeff's done a good job keeping our color balanced best he can here as that shadow creeps out. You got bright and dark on the field. It's not easy to do.
Fox Sports has nothing on you, Jeff.
That's right.
Keeping
there's a little sunshine in the eyes.
Yeah.
Tough to catch those passes.
Turnover, and it looks like 7 for Reese Stoll. We'll bring that in for Everest, and be a ride here. 4 minutes left. Ref timeout for a DC Everest here. Looks like he wants to get some player personnel changes in here.
A little switcheroo going on.
Yeah. Nope. Coach has got some guys doing some push-ups for some either errant passes.
Nice.
That's.
Is that Kruger doing push-ups?
I don't know about that. I'd give him that one if the sun was in his eyes. It's probably right on that side of the field.
Well, yeah, just over the stadium. He was just blinded by the light, as they say.
No excuses, though. He was there on the ground.
That's
paying the toll.
Doing push-ups. Oh, you got to love it.
Yeah, you just go down the sideline. Looks like the JV team is sitting down there, but you look at the average age of some of those other kids there, the hats on backwards.
Yeah,
and stuff, and those are the kids all along the side. And they got a good half dozen kids, sticks in their hand, and that's what you hope to see. And when you have a team,
you grab a pic of these kiddos just hanging out by the field there. I think that's it's pretty cute.
Yeah, and you got setting the example. Playing clean, there's a couple penalties, but nothing flagrant.
Thanks, Jeff.
And Coach Rich runs a good team.
He really does. He runs a tight ship.
And that all comes from expectations, what they expect of players, and to meet the standards of the players that came before him over the last few years. So it's great to see. And appreciate the time here this weekend, Ken. Like I opened up this morning, this is my happy place.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you could join me. I'm glad that we got into the stadium over here. It's it's not easy getting access to the big show over here, and we're in the mix. It's fun for me to jump back in the box that I call home for football, and just know, like, all right, here's where we plug in. I know you and I had what we called the Sanford and Son, or whatever. We had your old pickup, right?
We had a broadcast out of the back of a pickup truck for one of the games a few years ago, because let's just say they were somewhat limiting in terms of your the privilege of being able to play here on the field. But I think the team has more than earned its right to play here, and it was great to have the AD here in the game this morning, kind of seeing what this was all about, seeing that we can put 500-600 seats in the stands. Yeah. Just because, and it's like, hey, you know what? I had the opportunity to go see some games down south, some JV games down in Georgia. Yeah. They were charging you to get in.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. So it's like, hey, there is a potential, not that this is a revenue-generating sport, but you know what? Maybe it is.
Could be. Could be.
There's no reason why you couldn't turn these things where we've got exciting games and they're fun to watch. Watch the kids, the kids. Different people sponsor stuff, contests, different things like that to really make this an event. We went to some Kettle Moraine games early on, and the band was there. It was like a Friday night football game.
Big time deal,
there is no reason why we can't have that here, where you have the team 2 out of the last 2 years made it to the state championship game.
Yeah.
So, why can't that be highlighted here more often and celebrated as part of the Hudson School
tradition,
athletic department. So look forward to seeing that as part of the evolution here. As our interview after the first quarter with, this stuff doesn't just happen. There's steps in the process, and the school board locally has to vote on it and approve it and everything else. So hopefully that all goes smoothly, and look for those emails, folks, if they're asking for your support, whatever it might take, a phone call, an email to the school board or whatever, saying, giving your support for it is greatly appreciated. And that just helps us all, take this to the next step. These kids more than deserve it. I think they've proven that over the last couple of years and continue to do it, not just on the field, but in the classroom and around town and on the streets. There's good kids, good families that contribute to the community and 100%. Continue to. We talked about the alumni and the kids coming back together and the great things they do.
Fun to see.
These are good kids, top to bottom,
Yep.
Early in the program and even after the fact when they leave the program. And, we have players that are playing at the next level that aren't here. We talked about Ben Strub. He was a freshman of the year last year.
Exceptional, right?
And from what I hear, he's tearing it up down there, too.
Really?
Again this year. So
talk about a hard-working guy. I mean, look up hard work. There might be a picture of him and his curly hair just smiling at you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good another great family, right?
And both girls and boys. I think his sister graduated, and I think she's playing at the next level also. Yeah. And we have several girls. I think several girls have made the U.S. team at different levels.
Really?
And also are playing at the next level.
Wow.
That we really don't get a chance to talk about a lot. But that program has been strong, like you said, with Beth Newton and the coaching there. Great program over the years, and one of the great things in the spring that they had started as a tradition was the girls play the boys, but they play by girls' rules, and the boys have to use the girls' sticks.
Oh, that's a whole nother deal, right?
And then seeing half of the boys' team show up in skirts to play is a whole other thing. That's nice tradition that they started, and I'm hopefully they keep that. And
that's
just
great.
Building the program as one moving forward.
That's great. Well, we're wrapping her up here. 10 seconds to go, and I think that's going to do it. They'll get out for the handshake here in about 3 seconds. And a very dominant performance by the Hudson varsity team in both these games today. And it'll be fun to see what they go on and do as the season continues.
This is just the second or third week here. I think this is the first couple games for the conference rivals here, or conference opponents, and maybe hear us down the road. Check in later on in the season. We got to look through their schedule. Maybe later on they got some opponents in the middle of the state where make a trip down there, but definitely they get back here for the playoffs. And Mr. Fallon invite us to come back in. That'd be a privilege and a pleasure to come back in here.
I'd love to be a part of it.
One of the playoff games. So thanks everybody for listening to us.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you to be here with the legend himself for Hudson Broadcasting, Ken Cohn, and thanks for putting all this together. This is. This isn't an iPhone and a microphone. He's got quite the setup here. That
it's a little different than. It's a little different than it was a couple years ago. Huh?
It's a little different. Me pedaling on that bike just to get the.
I know. Let's go, Tom. Come on.
Get the Wi-Fi signal going sometimes.
So
it's great to be here. Thanks, Ken.
Thanks for joining me, partner. We'll see. We're next week or two. We're going to be back with the girls pretty quick here. So tune in. But again, thanks for tuning in today. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time.